Okay, what else? Applying to medical school. Things I wish I would have known. In no particular order. And the first thing I can think of is know your dates and know your deadlines. Two, a lot of things can be done front end. So the biggest thing I would advocate for is applying to the medical school application 1 year before you actually want to go. Fill out the whole application and just don't submit it. So then the next year, and I'm learning this as I didn't make it in my first round. So then the next year, which would be your first application year that you're going to actually apply to, then all of the basic information will port over. You're familiar with how do I get transcripts? I wouldn't pay for transcripts, but understand how to generate a paper to say, hey, I need to request my transcripts for this thing. And then also putting in all your classes. I was really happy to see all my classes port over from they were merged over or came over from the previous year's application. So that's going to save a lot of time. I think it took me a good 4 hours, a good 4 to 6 hours to go for each school that I've gone to, each class that I've taken, and my grade, what type of class it was, all that stuff. You can do that all ahead of time, all before even the May deadline. And I would really recommend doing that. And then you're really used to what everything's going to look like. Why are you having to write? What are you having to write? How does that look having to write? I did all my writing in an external word processor before I even took it in there, and I recommend that. I'd recommend showing it to editors. I also used a single document, a single word processor document. I used Google Docs. You could use Word as well. Something that's searchable, that has an outline function, so you can have different sections that you can click between and switch between them and keep all of that together. And I created another document for the next year so that I have all the information together. Who am I thinking are my letter writers? What step is that in? What are the deadlines that I need to keep in track of? Maybe you shouldn't do it, but that's what I did, is I kept my passwords and everything all together as well. So that way those were easily accessible for me to get to as well. I'd say think about getting experiences and think about journaling and writing. Those pieces are important. Experiences you've had, how did you feel about them and how did you think about them? And having both of those to reflect on. I have an MCAT advice video, so go see the MCAT advice video for that. Anything else? Not that I can think of. This has been good. I don't know if I'll be able to get this cut out edited today, but that's it. Adios.